The Chaser stunt that's exposed a flaw in APEC security. A fake motorcade, comedians posing as bodyguards and one dressed as terrorist leader Osama bin Laden managed to get within metres of the hotel where US President George W. Bush is staying. While the Chaser gang went looking for laughs, police are seeing red.
Did it all look official?
Oh, they're pretty good.
It's the Chasers' war on APEC. A comedy sketch and a security breach rolled into one.
I thought that was really strange, and I hadn't seen that so far at APEC. Guys are running alongside the car like in a movie, so I grabbed the camera and just got a few shots of it.
Channel 9 cameraman Rob Hopkins watched it unfold and captured this footage.
I look across the road and this black limousine pulls up with two black four-wheel drives with a Canadian flag on the bonnet. And I just thought it was another convoy moving down. But the interesting thing was these security guys in dark suits get out of the car and literally start running down the road next to the convoy as it pulls away off down Macquarie Street. They were very convincing, very convincing. It was only the fact that one of the guys nearly got his foot run over that it actually, I thought, you know, this is not very professional. But yeah, they were quite convincing.
In a city that's in virtual lockdown, it was a bold prank. $140 million has been spent on APEC security. That's $24 million every 24 hours.
They made it look pretty easy. You know, this is the heaviest security this country's ever seen. And these guys just rolled up in a couple of black cars with a flag, Canadian flag on the front of it, on the bonnet, and in they went.
The fake motorcade, ironically funded by the federal government through the ABC, made its way through a security checkpoint known as the Green Zone. Reporter Damien Ryan from National 9 News was watching on.
I don't think they realised that without their security passes that they were going to get as close as they did, and I think that they just thought, well, we've got to keep going with this.
How close did they get to the President's Hotel, the Intercontinental?
10 metres.
The team from the Chaser had just executed their grandest gag yet. The world's most powerful man and the world's most wanted in the same place at the same time.
Osama bin Laden was asked to show his face, so they removed the beard and he stood there and police sort of grabbed the cameras. There were quite a few cameras there. All the people who were driving the limousines were rounded up. The so-called security contingent was also rounded up. And by this stage, there were police everywhere.
OK, you got something here, sir? That's it. A map. Thank you very
APEC
much,
has provided a golden opportunity for the popular pranksters from the ABC.
OK, now what are these tools for, sir?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Gardener.
Yesterday, cast members were forced to remove clothing that resembled police uniforms.
You need that covered, that belt covered. You can't.
Why don't we just take the belt off?
You take the belt off.
But that was nothing compared to today. Julian Morrow and Chaz Licciardello were arrested and taken into custody, along with other crew members. In total, there were 11 arrests.
Well, they probably thought mission accomplished.
Late today, Chaser cast member Craig Rucastle visited the Sydney police station where his colleagues were being questioned.
Craig, Peter Stefanovic, current affair, mate. How is this going to affect your future pranks at all?
We're still trying to determine that. Yeah.
Did you call this one a success or a failure?
We're still trying to determine that as well, I think. Yeah.
Have you determined anything yet?
Not a great deal.
It's an embarrassing one, no doubt, for the security forces, you know. They've spent millions and millions of dollars on this. There are police everywhere. They're being brought in from everywhere. Federal, state, you know, they're everywhere.
So there will be, no doubt, questions asked on an official level.
Oh yeah, bums will be kicked. There's no doubt about that. You know, this should not have happened.
Ben Fordham with that report, and a police spokesman said the producers of the program were warned earlier this week to seriously consider the ramifications of stunts during APEC. Well, yesterday, US President George W. Bush gave his good mate, Prime Minister John Howard, a glowing endorsement on the first day of his APEC visit to Australia. Today, the President met opposition leader Kevin Rudd for the first time, a 45-minute off-the-record conversation. The pair are at odds over our continued troop deployment in Iraq. I spoke to Kevin Rudd late today. Mr Rudd, good to talk with you. Was the Chaser stunt today funny, do you think?
I think, Tracy, I haven't seen the footage and don't know all the details, but if the reports are accurate and they were trying to infiltrate themselves into a presidential motorcade, I think given the heightened security environment around Sydney, that's actually just not responsible. I'm a fan of the Chasers. I watch their stuff. They take the mickey out of me all the time. That's fine. But I think when you've got a major security event going on in Sydney right now, I think these guys have crossed the line.
Well, of course, they did have a crack at you last night. Did they cross the line then?
Well, I didn't see that either, but, you know, I'm open season. They can do whatever they like with me. But I think when it comes to people being responsible for the President of the United States' security, a lot of police around the place who are armed, everyone's on high alert. I think it's times like this people won't share the Chaser's sense of humour, and I think if the reports that I've heard are accurate, I think they've really crossed the line.